Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Mel, and we'll be facing off against the Spirit Blossom Teemo adventure from the Spirit Blossom campaign. It's been a while since we've played Mel, and since I need to beat this adventure with a Noxus champion, I might as well, right? It should be interesting. I have Searing Brilliance, because it's very good on Mel, it's a signature epic relic after all. And then Chemtech Duplicator synergizes with our game plan of just casting a bunch of spells. And then we have Archangel Staff for the extra spell mana. We'll probably do fine. We can very easily keep control of the board with our spellcasts. Ooh. Do we care about the rally effect? Are we even attacking that often? I think more often than not we're not attacking. But then again, we can get some decent cards that benefit from attacking. We are in Piltover and Zone and Noxus after all. Yeah, sure, let's go for the rally effect. It helps put pressure on the opponent at the very least. The fact that I can attack every turn. The early game is going to be a bit rough, because the best play we can make is just drop down Mel and that's it. We don't always want to drop down Mel, at least not when she can be in danger. Really? Oh, okay, it's for every encounter you've won this adventure, so no traps yet. The opponent wouldn't have removal, right? At least I hope he wouldn't have removal. This is fine. We set up so that next turn we can do Radiant Volley into Radiant Volley. Maybe. Can also do Solar Flare. We do it like so, because Solar Flare here will set up a kill with a Radiant Volley, because Radiant Volley kills that one, puts that to 1, we get another Radiant Volley, which then will hit there, which deals 2 more damage, and then the Grandma Inoki dies, or gets blocked. And then we can attack with Mel. Mel generates a Radiant Volley and I just kill the Grandma. Like that. 2 more damage to the opponent's Nexus. And we're ramping up the damage from our Radiant Volley a whole bunch. That was a very good turn. Let's do Ballistic Bot. Opponent summoned something. It's not really that relevant. I'll just attack with the Mel. The opponent blocks there, but I can just Radiant Volley. Seems kind of pointless, but I'm actually ramping up the damage from the Radiant Volley. Eventually, the opponent's going to start taking a bunch of damage because of all my spells having Overwhelm after all. This is fleeting, so might as well throw it in. Even if it's just to remove the spell shield. 16 buff caps in deck. To start closing out this game. Yep, otherwise that happens and I just start dying. How do I want to do this? Honestly, attacking with the Ballistic Bot is probably for the best, just to get the Radiant Volley. Radiant Volley Here we get another copy of it. Oh, we're at 6 mana already, so we're double casting stuff now. Completely forgot about that part. Funsmith then. Let's double up the damage of, or increase the damage of the ignition. Okay, we're killing the opponent this turn. I thought the ignition wouldn't be... We wouldn't get an additional copy of it because it was fleeting, but it's just each instance of a spell that we cast that turn. I don't think I've ever played Mel ever since I got her to 6 stars, actually. This might be the first time. Or at least I played her so little that I'm only now just noticing how the legendary power works. Honestly, none of these seem that appealing. Decimate, True Shot Barrage. True Shot Barrage for 5. You know what? Sure. Might be terrible, but it's fun to cast a big spell. Shanna can help us with card draw, and it does give us more Howling Gales, which we already have in the deck. Sure. Aid the Spirit. Allies are vulnerable for a time and dedication. Definitely not worth it. Allied champions cost 3 more for permanent buffs. It might be decent in a different deck. That is, their spells and skills deal 3 less damage. Both players get a mana gem. Oh, this is so bad for us. Our entire game plan relies on us dealing spell damage. But communal mana flow is pretty good. Nah, I have to reroll. The enemies and the enemy next have tough for little buddies. I spent too many rerolls here. I think I have to do this. Let's go for the shop. We can get a decent power, but this is not that great for our deck. Formless Blade or Time Winder. Time Winder is a pretty good spell. Especially if it replaces itself. Let's do that then. If I want to reroll attack roll my health to match my power is not that relevant. Counterfeit production. I guess it's okay. We will be able to fabricate a lot of copies of whatever our epic relic lands on. Maybe that will be good. It also dilutes our card pool in a way that makes it so we're less likely to draw buff caps and other traps. So it might actually be relevant, or a lot more relevant than I anticipate. Let's get a bunch of counterfeit copies of that in there. And Mel, this opponent doesn't have removal. At least that's what I'm betting on. Get the spell mana. We'll play this card, that's 1. Increase this damage to 3. We then Howling Gale here. Give Mel an additional item. Ooh, ramp. That's great for us. This now deals 5. We're going to get way too many cards. So we can deal this one, or use this one maybe, to discard. Nah. It's better to do this probably. Trumps that damage up. We set up a kill on that one there. Then we can can do this here. It kills 2.
Focus. Do not lose your composure.
Because that one will take 1 damage. Because it has stuff. Then we have to take the 8, yep. Unless I feel like throwing Mel in there. But no. I don't want to lose the Mel. That's pretty big. Updraft 1 to refill your spell mana. Yes, please.
I'm here in Jana's name.
Dealing damage to my Nexus. Going to take 10 damage from the Scrappy Bomb next turn. I think I should do this. We start burning the opponent's Nexus by doing this. Or we should, yeah, because our spells have Overwhelm.
Do not test me.
Let's get that in there. We now have double Radiant Volley to deal with whatever the opponent plays next turn. Take an additional 10. That hurts a lot. 6 mana. Let's get more Time Winders in there, I guess. The deck is now extremely inconsistent. Might be able to kill the opponent this turn. Just do this. And then we attack with everything, and hopefully this is enough for lethal. The opponent gets brought down to 2. Time Winder can burn the opponent. Yeah, we can definitely kill him. Just let's ensure that he dies by doing double Time Winder. And we have to do it now to minimize the damage from the opponent destroying one of our landmarks. It's no matter what I get here. The game's already over. That was almost bad. Fortunately, we made it work. We did lose out on a bunch of health though. Let's hope the landmark we get here is synergistic with our deck. Sure, let's take some Fooms. I love cards that have the... what's it called? Yeah, Brainworm. Make sure the opponent gets card disadvantage. I can do Candlelit Prayer for extra draw, but we're not really running out of resources at all. So it might be better just take the Haunted Tomb as a sort of precaution. Sparring Student, Solitary Monk. If we go for the top path, we can do the Sparring Student encounter and get our power 1 encounter earlier than we otherwise would. But the downside is we have to deal with an opponent that grants all of our units Gloom, and that makes it so it's very easy to kill Mel. On the other hand, the Dancers is kind of hard because we'll just shuffle the opponent's units around. But I guess I have to play, taking that into account. Solar Flare, or Snare I should say. That's not the worst card to duplicate. It will cost 1, right? Or 2. Yeah, 2. Costs 2. And it's going to be rough because here at the start we don't really have a way to block the opponent once he blade dances. But so long as the opponent doesn't mess with us too hard, we'll be okay. Let's hope I can play a card before he attacks this turn. Perfect. Now I do this. I'm going to do the Solar Snare. I'll go up to 10 cards if I do this. And by doing this, I shuffle a bunch of the opponent's units around. They always swap with a random neighbor, but the ones at the tips will swap with their immediate neighbor because they have no other neighbors, right? So if I target this, it will hit this one. And assuming it goes in the order I am targeting stuff with, then if I target this, it will swap with either one of these two. So I think the correct choice is we do this, we do this, we do this. Because this makes it so this one is hit, and then we set these two up to 1, which means they'll die on our next spell cast. Wait. I think I did my math wrong. It's fine, we can make this work. We'll just Radiant Volley here. Then Radiant Volley here. Then we do this here. And then it doesn't really matter how I target this. All that matters is that I kill at least 2 of his units. The best way to kill 2 of his units is by doing this. This will kill that one. And we'll take 1. Then I have to gamble that I can do, or that I can kill the other units.
Your composure.
Okay, it worked. We managed to avoid taking damage this turn. Let's get the last down. Might as well before the remaining spell mana. Oh, I could have attacked. Could have attacked, gotten a couple more spell casts in. It's fine. We're at 5 mana. Let's do counterfeit production there. Then doesn't really matter what I target there. This one will always die. Stuffing up that health, so it survives. We draw 1, so you go up to 10 yet again. I think that's fine. It's okay, we'll just do this here, and this will die because it doesn't have a neighbor to swap with. I guess we'll start sending them damage from the solar snares upstairs. Because the opponent is just not going to be able to deal with it. He doesn't have anything anymore. Fine, we'll jump block there. Build 2 to a unit if you've added 2 plus cards to your hand. Okay, let's just do this to discard a card from the opponent's hand. Get him lower on card advantage. Oh, I was hoping he would block the last so he would get some mana back for more spell casts. It's fine though. Let's do this here. Shuffle a bunch of cards back into the deck. We can force a discard on the opponent's in-hand cards by doing this. Oh, I guess the second cast fizzles, so it doesn't discard anything. Let's do Time Winder. Discard this one since it's already going to be discarded at the end of the turn. We'll have to replay the Mel. But it doesn't really matter. Let's jump block there. Can jump block both of the opponent's attackers. I did burn the Mel because I filled up my hand. I don't really need the Mel to win anymore. Just do this. As long as I can keep casting spells, I'll be okay. I could do the Mel this. No. Yes, I can. I hit Mel with this. Never mind, I hit Janna with this. It was my bad. We don't really need the Mel to win anymore, I think. She was dealing a bit of damage by giving our spells the overwhelm keyword. Okay, no, that's just annoying. I have to take 5 because the opponent keeps getting cards that bounce cards back to my hand. Going to draw a bunch next turn. It'll be okay though. So I can get some damage in. It's going to take a bit longer than I'd like, but we'll kill the opponent. It's fine. Let's get rid of that. As long as I can cast spells, Janna grows. Let's just do this. Use the Time Wonders as burn. Yeah, we're winning this turn. Well, we're already at the point where our victory was guaranteed. We were just going through the motions. I am rather low on health. We don't have a lot of regeneration, so any damage we take is basically permanent. Let's do Time Trick. It's a good card, especially for one. And for a card cut, we didn't buy the True Shot Barrage, so I don't feel too bad about cutting it here because, yeah, it's probably the worst card in my deck right now. Then again, Academy Prodigy, we're not really in any need of card draw and of a 2-drop. Sure, let's get rid of this one. And I guess here I can get rid of the True Shot Barrage. Yeah, let's get rid of the True Shot Barrage. And do we want to go for Evelyn? Nah, let's keep going up against Ahri. Even though Ahri kind of seems like a bad matchup for us, because whenever we play a spell, she's going to get a Foxfire. It shouldn't really matter because we can just use those Foxfires as a way to cast more spells or target, or use them as target for more spells. This is the worst possible hand we could have gotten. Onto Tomb on our opening hand, and then no Mel. I might be screwed. Let's see if I can updraft into a decent card. My bad. I guess not. I'll do this just to ramp up the damage of the Time Winder. Not in the best position. We'll need to kill the Time Winder somehow next turn. Or kill this thing somehow next turn. We can't go for double solar snare. This deals 2 though. Solar snare also deals 2. We can at the very least set up kills on 2 units. 3 units actually. We do this. That sets up that damages 3 units enough to go for to 1. And then we do the Time Winder here and here. And we only take 8. And I guess I'll use the counterfeit copies on the Howling Gales. There's the Mel. We're low, but we can make this work. At least he is using the Orbs of Deception on units that are not the Mel. Let's hope that he doesn't have any more in hand.
The arcane is at my fingertips.
Can I safely attack with Mel? Not really. I can safely attack with Last, however. Surely the opponent blocks the Last here, right? Yeah, he has no reason not to. He has another Orb of Deception in hand. What do I even do here? I think I'm dying. No matter what I do. Can deal 1 there. Mel's dying. Get mana back. Let's keep hitting those spellcasts. And the next turn I'll use 2 Radiant Volleys. There's the Sun Fumes. Took us a while to get there. Can Sun Fumes here. Can also Howling Gale. Howling Gale deals 2 there. That combined with the Radiant Volley is a kill. Can also try to Sun Fumes for the draw. Let's do Elora Radiant Volley. I think that's our best chance at winning. Then we just do a bunch of this. Have to somehow block all of these elusives. The fact that everything has stuff is really messing with our breakpoints. 19 with 9 buff caps in deck. No, that's not good enough. We need to get rid of 1 more attacker. This should do it. No. It's not enough.
Real good to see you.
I can, however, do it like this. Then I guess I throw that damage there. This is a mess. Ouch. I think I'm dying here. We already hit 2 buff caps.
We'll help
We have 7 puff caps in deck. We need to not draw any next turn. No draws. Okay then. Maybe there's a chance. We have a bunch of Howling Gales. This is a clear on that one unit.
Traditions are lost if not.
And this is a clear on one of the other units. Can also do this one. Some fumes, but some fumes draws cards. Guess I do this. Just to get more some fumes in the deck. Then I do this. To clear that unit. Then I do this, clears the Ahri. Gets rid of 2 more units. Or yeah, 2 more Ahri and the Greenblade Elder. And then next turn I try to use the Sump Fumes combined with the Rebuttal for clears, I think.
Wild hearts should run free.
Maybe not. You have Howling Gales in hand still. I can do Howling Gale. Doesn't clear all of it. But if I do Howling Gale, here it's set to 1. I can't do double Rebuttal. But I can do double Sump Fumes. This stills 2. Or actually 3. 3 and then 4. So that's 7. That's a way to kill that one. So I should use this to set up a kill on this one. But why is that killing? Oh, I guess I'm playing 1 card before the Howling Gale. This is now dealing 5. I guess this is it for this attempt at least.
Sign it.
Yeah, this is it for this attempt. No matter what I do there, the opponent just has enough damage and I don't have enough to clear. That's what I get for being greedy and not healing up at the healer encounter. To be fair, I did get the worst hand possible.
Shall we go together then?
But I still think we can win this. I just need to draw better. Time trick. We don't really need the card draw, but I guess it's fine to keep. At the very least, it's a way to give Mel some items. I'll just do counterfeit copies, time trick. Guess I can do Mel here since I'll get a Mel next turn.
Rose will answer for
So even if the opponent has removal, I'll be okay. Time trick into time trick. It's like wishing for more wishes. I shouldn't have done that though. The opponent's getting a lot out of this. Rebuttal. Ouch. Deathless on the Mel. Makes it harder to deal with. And extra mana. Honestly, I think this is fine. We can make this work. We overdraw a card this turn. But I can do a lot. Start by doing this. Shuffling more, I guess, time tricks into the deck. Did generate a blocker for the opponent. We can do rebuttal there for a clear. Let's do this then. Start getting some damage there, or no damage there, but still fine. Guess I can do this. It gets rid of one of the opponent's units yet again. Tries to kill the Mel, but Mel's safe, thanks to the Deathless. Attacks with everything. I don't actually need to do the rebuttal in order to kill that. I can just do this instead.
Focus. Do not lose your composure.
This one to everything. Let's do time trick, try to fish for something. Some fumes. Ouch. Don't care about the overdraw. What I do care, however, is this, because this gets rid of 8 damage. It's probably the best time to play this spell. Take 15. Overdraw 3, but we're set up so that next turn we might be fine. Maybe not, however. This is a 3-3. We have the Mel in hand. We have a Mel in hand, all is fine. We do not get any extra spell mana, however. But our Mel is rather large and it has Deathless, so it's not like the opponent can kill it this turn. Still counterfeit copies there. You know what? Pulling a bunch of Radiant Volleys seems correct, but it also seems correct to refill our spell mana. Wait, really? Miriam, why would you do that? Whatever. We're not at the point where we're double casting spells yet. So let's just let that go through first. And then I attack with Mel, so I get more Radiant Volleys. I'll kill that one, protect the Mel's health total. I'll just do this. This is sort of a way to set up a clear next turn on the opponent's board. Guess I'll do this as well. We have the spare mana. We're getting our spell mana back up to full next turn anyway. This is going to be a big turn for us. Radiant Volley there. We'll never permanently get rid of all of the opponent's units. But all we need is for him to be comfortable attacking into us when we can cause a domino effect on his board.
The forest and I are one.
Like right now.
Like too slow.
So, domino effect. This is a clear there. Just double 7. Deals 1 to everything else. This one dies here. And deals 1 to everything else. And then this one dies here and deals 1 to everything else. The opponent gets left with 3 units, none of which are attacking. Then I attack with my unit. And I guess I'll start forcing these cards. Seems like fun. To just go ahead and discard all of the cards in the opponent's hand. It's unfortunate that we're not getting double the value out of the Brainworm because the units are dying before we do get to the discard effect, but it's fine. Also, let's get the Ballistic Bot going. We have the spare mana, and now we can start doing a build-in ignitions per turn, and that will kill the opponent a lot quicker than us just standing around and letting him jump block our units. Yeah, do whatever you want, opponent. Doesn't really matter if you develop a full board or I'm helping you develop a full board. At this point, the overwhelm on our spells should be dealing 12 per cast. No, it only dealt 6 for some reason. This should be dealing 10 because that... Okay, that one dealt the correct amount of damage. Why didn't the others do the correct amount of damage, however? Who knows? The opponent's dying here though. 1 damage. This is enough overall damage to kill the opponent, right? There it is. Okay, I think without the overwhelm, without the tough on everything, we'll have a much easier time. That's what I get for picking a power that for the opponent that makes it so we take that or we are in that detrimental of a position. Yeah, Power Reef is always better than Ancient Coin. It's always at least as good as the Ancient Coin. Little buddies. It's fine. Now here. Bouncing Blades. If we could get our created cards cost 1 less, that would be great. So we can get free Bouncing Blades. But like I said, we're not really struggling for value. So extra card generation is unnecessary. Grant the 3 leftmost cards in your hand fleeting or get jinxed. That's gotta be worth it, right? I mean, sure, we'll be discarding a bunch. But if we can make this work, this will be so great. Yeah, let's not try the bottom path. We deal too much cheap damage. And that will just make the opponent's units massive in the Chime encounter. Rebutal is the one that has the item. Could have landed on something better. Howling Gale? I guess I'll keep the Howling Gale. Mel. We'll be able to drop down Mel for 1 here. Which is very good for us. Would I like more copies of Mel? Not particularly.
Inaction invites regret.
I am, however, going to get more copies of the Sump Fumes.
She's hungry.
Let's use the Mariam to refill our spell mana.
Jana, I answer.
And then I can do
That way. She's hungry.
Radiant Volley there, remove the barrier, then Radiant Volley there, kill those 2, and put that to 1. Then attack and get another Radiant Volley, which will in turn allow me to kill that without him healing. Very good turn. Howling Gale and some fumes will be discarded. Unless I do something about it. Really? No attacks or no plays at all. Let's get more some fumes in our deck.
Disown your ill intent.
Might as well. The opponent probably plays now, yeah. He was waiting for me to attack. Well, can't use some fumes on anything else. I can't use some fumes on anything else.
Focus. Do not lose your composure.
The opponent's running out of resources. Yeah, might as well get more Rolling Gales in there as well. We'll go for an open attack yet again here. We don't have... yeah, we don't have units that care about spellcasts before attacking. So this should be okay. We're just waiting for the opponent to play units that I can target, so I can just start throwing our spells at them. Ooh, I didn't expect that though. The opponent just passed without playing anything. That's not great for us. Can you please play units? My deck relies entirely on you playing units in order to kill you. I am not going to lose from decking out, but it is a problem that I'm this position to begin with. I think the opponent just gave up on playing units. I guess my game plan now is to get a bunch of copies going of spells that deal damage to the opponent's nexus, so I can finish him off with damage over the top, since he's refusing to play units that I can kill. There's something that's killable. It's only one unit though. Put this. Get the slower flares going. Now you place cards. I guess he couldn't really play or use the Nopify in any of our other cards because they were too expensive, or they were burst speed, so they couldn't be properly countered with it. That's why he was holding out on playing cards. His hand was probably a bunch of Nopifies and high cost units. Sapphire Crystal Rebutal. Sure. Don't mind ramp, especially when we have a Chemtech duplicator. And now all of our spells and skills deal double damage, which means the opponent is going to die a lot quicker than he would normally. Togetherness. I don't think the opponent getting a full bar of units is going to be beneficial for him. Especially if I can make it so the unit I get out of the start of game effect is Mel. We get 2 Mels. 2 Mels is a bit excessive. At least until we get to 6 mana, then it's going to be great for us. Let's do that. Let's do that. Our Radiant Volley goes from 4 damage to 6 damage to 8 damage. Just like that. All because we have a Funsmith as well. Counterfeit copies on the time trick for now. See what the opponent does. That's fine. I don't need the extra mana, so I can afford to keep that alive. Let's let him refuel the board. Oh! I thought for sure he would play more. I guess he didn't want to play more.
My friend and I, soul collectors.
Radiant Volley this one. Put that to 1. Then kill that one that for the 12 damage Radiant Volley. Then I can attack with everything. Get more Radiant Volleys. this might be a mistake because I'm ensuring that I have no more interaction until next turn. Yeah, it was a mistake. I need to draw into something to protect the Mels now. That doesn't protect the Mel exactly. Whatever. Wait. He's not pulling the Mel? Why isn't he pulling one of the Mels? I think that's a mistake, opponent. Anyway. This sets up so that next turn we can start doubling our spellcasts.
With grace.
I probably don't even need the doubles or triple spellcasts actually. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. I deal 18 damage to that unit. And the opponent dies.
Another malefactor subdued.
And now the question becomes... Can I kill the Teemo that easily? I mean, we have been keeping the opponents on the back foot for most of the encounters, but I did lose once at the mid-boss. Two-shot barrage, ardent sensor, not good enough. Mystic meditation, you know what? Sure, that's incredibly good for our deck, considering the amount of spells we have in hand. I want to cut a card. Probably the last. Maybe the Funsmith. I haven't played it a single time. It did come in handy in our previous encounter, but that was because it was cheated out. Yeah, let's get rid of this Funsmith. We already have enough damage as is. We have get excited or get jinx or whatever it is to double our damage on our spells and skills. So the one extra damage, while good, is not going to be as great as it could be. I'll really want to get one rebuttal. At least not, but not this turn at least. We do Mel, we can take care of those two.
Let's make this a night to remember.
Solar Flare deals a bunch of damage, never mind. I was worried for no reason. Yeah, let's do counterfeit production there, I guess, because that is free. We do that there, kill all of the opponent's units. We are not going to have any spell mana to follow up on the Mel play,
Answer for all that they've done.
but the opponent doesn't really have anything else he can do. He already wasted all of his resources. Good of attack with all 3 1-drops, but whatever, it's not going to be the extra 2 damage that's going to be the end of the game. Rebuttal for 1. I'll shuffle more rebuttals into the deck. I'm pretty sure they keep the cost I'm shuffling them in as, because they're exact copies. Yeah, exact copies, so these rebuttals will be 1, this one is from a while ago, it's 2. And by doing this I can just ramp up a bunch. We're already at the point where we're getting double spellcasts. I attack with everything. Sure. No reason not to. Place that unit. I guess I'll rebuttal again. Just keep using rebuttal. Because why not? We're ramping, we're getting extra damage to the opponent's nexus. We're drawing cards. Let's shuffle more rebuttals into the deck. All of the rebuttals. 1 mana, gain a mana crystal, draw a card, and deal damage to a unit equal to its power.
In motion.
Seems fair. I do rebuttal again. Honestly, let's get some radiant volleys going. It is the spell that
Do not lose your composure.
that we have the easiest access to, as long as we have Mel on the board. We'll do this. Shuffle more of those in the deck, I guess. And shuffle more rebuttals. I guess I attack and lose out on 1 Radiant Volley. Not like we need the extra Radiant Volley. Now the opponent might be incentivized to do something. Nope on that Teemo. And I'll use the Radiant Volley. I have a bunch of them anyway. The opponent doesn't take damage, but he no longer has a board, and that's all that matters. Can attack here, but why would I do that? Let's play stuff over the Poros.
I have the tendency to get carried away.
4 damage to unit, 6 damage instead. Okay. Just so I can discard a card from the opponent's hand.
One last kiss.
Play something, opponent? No? I'll do Janna then. Let's get the other Janna and the Time Winder into the deck.
And I answered.
This will help us close out the game. Janna will grow with every spell cast. It's fine. Do I want more Time Winders? I might as well.
Draft guide your hands.
Discard this one. Do 1 billion damage to the opponent's Nexus.
A gentle breeze to ease your burden.
For one time this run, we're actually close to emptying our hand.
Let this draft
And even
guide
then,
your hand.
it's not really that
A
close.
gentle breeze to ease your burdens.
Because I can do this.
Draft guide your hand.
Just refill our hand.
Storm unrelenting.
Ooh, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I'll end up discarding myself or drawing myself to death. It's fine.
Breeze to ease your burden.
Doesn't really matter what I play at this point.
Now the tempest awakens.
Janna alone can kill the opponent because of how large she is. But hey, we'll level up Janna.
Let this draft
That's
guide
something.
your hand.
Finally she got to be played. These support cards from Janna actually did more than her. Well, support cards, it was a card that was already in my deck, and Miriam is like generally good. So it's not too surprising. What a run. Nice and simple. I definitely didn't think we would lose at the midpoint because I lost Wari once. No sir. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.